I'm ready when you are, Robin.
You got some audio there, Kim? Do you hear anything?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, excellent.
We're good.
So let's put the main screen on the thing, which kills that other audio, which is the thing that I never always do. And let's press this magic button here, and then magic happens.
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection
may
podcast.
not make the start of the podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you come? I think we're just getting started. Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 559 of your Overseas Connection podcast. Today is December 29th, 2019. I am your sickly host, Greg DeLacy, gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. Joining me today, the vibrant, lovely, wonderful, gorgeous Robin Tate.
Hey, it's me. I am so gorgeous. Do you know what? It's just every week I'm on, and it's to help me reassure to myself that this ugly outside is nothing compared to the even uglier inside. I think we're all on levels of illness this week, so I'm so happy that these guys have joined in. Some of the other fellas have disappeared. By rights, Greg, I should have done the manly thing tonight and let you sit this one out and let you say your usual stuff like go Chargers and stuff like that there, but no.
Yeah, but it's probably best you didn't have to say go Chargers because they're not going to win their game.
No.
Yeah, they're not.
Well, I should introduce the other host today, and that is equally lovely Kim Woods.
Well, I don't know about that. Sleepy might be the best word, but here I am. I'm coming off a pie coma, so.
Pie coma. Okay.
Yeah, well, I had like 3 different pies yesterday for our Christmas dinner, so, and there's leftovers, so, yeah.
Did you eat anything else other than pie, or just pie?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had lasagna yesterday and garlic bread and all that, and I ate that, but, there was pie. So
okay.
You've always got to leave room for pie, and peanut brittle, and, M&Ms. There was a lot of stuff yesterday.
Yeah. It's not been the best of holidays in terms of eating healthy.
Oh no, definitely not. No, my God. Do you know what last night? You know what I did? Do you know what I did last night? Do you know?
We have no clue.
Robin.
Do you
know?
What
Really?
do you do?
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I did when I find this button to pray.
Hooray, story time. Hooray, it's story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
So foreshadowing.
I love that Robin is so excited to jump into story time. We hadn't quite done the whole intro stuff quite yet.
Right.
Yeah, no. No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
We're gonna just real fast while Robin chews and eats and we can ignore him. We broadcast every week on Sundays, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. in the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 3 p.m. in Central Time Zones. We're on Twitch, we're on Mixer, we are on YouTube. So go find us, watch us live, or you can catch the audio version of the podcast, usually the next day. We want to say happy birthday to Adam Edwards from Midlife Gamer. He turned just an amazing 74 today. So congratulations to him. 74 on Thursday. It might have been past Thursday, or is this future Thursday? Maybe he's not 74 yet.
In the future.
So he's 73 and 9/10, but he'll be there on Thursday. 74. It's amazing. Adam, congratulations. 74 is a milestone for sure. Not really. Do we have a birthday song? No.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Do you know what? Let's end the year on a really professional note, huh?
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, we're done that. Happy birthday, Adam.
Yep. Fair enough. All right, story time. Let's talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about holiday breaks.
So as far as the eating is concerned, foreshadowing, we have a chat group called OC Podcast. Wait, watchers, whatever it's called, something weight loss. Yeah,
like a fitness group.
Yeah, and it's for words of encouragement and to keep you going. And it has had some success, but I have to admit, over a Christmas period, I'm going to blame other people, but I can only blame myself. I have ate the world. I have drank the world. I was sitting last night, and over Christmas I've been watching the John Wick movies, all of them, because I'd only ever seen the first one. So I bought
as one would do during Christmas time. An absolute Christmas holiday movie. Yes.
So they were cheap on Amazon, and I bought them on digital, and I've watched all three over the last few nights. But last night, John Wick 3.
Yes.
Judith went to bed because it was too violent for her.
Right.
Why? And I thought, it's cool. Look at the way he killed that guy with a horse. It's brilliant. Right? I've never seen that before. So she went to bed, and I poured a rather large glass of Captain Morgan's spiced rum.
Right.
And I had another one then after that, just to make sure the first one got down. And
of course.
Yeah, and then I sent another third one down for just a wee search party, just to make sure that 1 and 2 were okay. And I got some Doritos, like I had last week, really bad. And I sat and ate Doritos, and then 3/4 of the way through the movie, I went and got a tub of ice cream and ate it as well. I felt like a whale. And that's just been my Christmas. And I'm sitting here with a box of Cool Mint Matchmakers tonight. These minty little chocolate sticks. It's been terrible. But it's a short period. It's like 2 weeks of just let it go. Let it go. Open your belt once more. Yeah. So that's what's happening. That's me.
Okay.
Eat, drink, be
That's
merry.
fair enough. I am trying to be merry. I'm trying to be as merry as possible. It's been a trying week when it comes to the merry thing. Excuse me. So obviously I haven't gotten sick. On top of everything, it's been a weird week for me. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through the start of my week and the end of my week. So Monday, my son had a major seizure. Very scary moments. I had to call 911, have an ambulance come pick him up. We went to the hospital. He's doing much better. Everything's fine. But he gets seizures, so that, you have these types of things happen. So from there, he had started getting sick, and I think actually him getting the cold is what kicked off the seizure, his spiked fever, that kind of thing. So we proceed to go to my in-laws' house for Christmas. And so his cold suddenly starts getting a little bit worse and worse. And as we get to the in-laws, actually have a fantastic time, which we were 50-50 whether it was going to be a good time or a bad time. We weren't sure, especially with Colin just catching a cold as we were getting ready to leave. And so, have a really nice time. And then the last day I'm there, my wife's father suddenly is having a difficulty breathing. He's having troubles and struggling mightily. And so we end up having to call an ambulance for him.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to take your hands off around his neck.
Yeah, no. So it started and ended with 911 being called, which was not something I'd recommend. Outside of that, enjoyed the holidays so far. Outside of getting sick, that's probably the other big kicker, is that I of course caught the cold. My son was coughing in my face the entire time. I knew it was a matter of time. It was gonna happen.
Yep.
And it did.
Yep.
And it sucks. This is one of those respiratory colds. So it's not a flu bug. It's just upper respiratory. It just makes you miserable. I could not sleep at all last night laying down. I had to be upright. So I literally slept on our couch sitting up for the night.
Do you think you're going to die?
No.
Good.
I will be fine. I will recover.
Good.
However,
it's not complete man flu then?
No. I'm still good. I'm still there. Tonight, possibly, I may proclaim I'm going to die.
Pete has full blown man flu. Even though,
ginger.
yeah,
He gets hay fever.
Yeah.
He's going to die.
Yeah, I mean, what was his? Oh, sorry, I must quote Pete from earlier on to say it's not man.
Yes.
It's not man flu. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, I win the battle to Black Death. I doubt I'm going to make it tonight. Feels like my throat's been fisted. I'll be on Nemsips and whatever today, so if I improve, I'll come on. And then slightly later on, it's not even man flu. It's just bloody sore. Oh, diddums. Poor Pete. Poor Pete has a cold. But it's very serious. Man flu is one of the biggest killers known on this planet Earth. So take it seriously.
It is serious. It is serious.
Kim? She's shaking her head.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What the benefit of being sick, the benefit of not feeling good is oftentimes you find yourself sitting on a couch, bundled up, watching shows. And that was my situation for the start of the week and part of this weekend. And lo and behold, I started watching The Witcher.
Oh, with the box of tissues beside you?
Yes, with the box of tissues beside me, because I was fearful. I was fearful that this was going to be crap. It was going to be just, a really bad, special effects, corny, and I have been pleasantly surprised from what I've seen so far. It seems very faithful to the Witcher game, and obviously the books as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
because it follows the books more so than the game.
Yeah, but they took a lot of visual cues, I think, from the game.
Yeah, they took a few. Yeah.
And that, I think, is the best of both worlds. I think being faithful to the source material of the books, but then giving us something that resembles what we played is perfect. Mm-hmm. I love that you see the Witcher actually utilizing powers and potions when he's, battling things.
I think I'm right to say that it's been the most successful program on Netflix for the first week ever, I believe. The nerds have made it so.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that the critics, I think, panned it a bit.
They hated it.
They hated it. And I think it's because they didn't understand the source material itself, where it was coming from. So they looked at this and they thought, oh, this guy is, poor acting. He's overacting. No, he's playing Geralt perfectly. I have been very, very happy with it. So highly recommend. If you like the Witcher games, if you like the Witcher books, I think you will like the Witcher Netflix show. And the good news is season 2 already in development, approved, greenlit, but sadly, 2021.
Have they got a unicorn?
I know, right?
Do they have a unicorn?
It may.
It's possible.
Do you know that I just found I was playing a game over Christmas with my brother-in-law called Bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
Well, see, sort of, you have to. There's you ask a question, there's an answer. Is it bullshit or not? And then you gamble your cards.
Clearly, you won.
Yes, I was very good at that. I did.
Yes.
But one of the questions was, what is the official animal of Scotland?
I know this question.
What is it?
I have no idea.
It's the unicorn.
Yeah, I never knew that. Flip me.
That explains a lot about Scotland. Their official animal is a mythical animal. Congratulations.
I always thought it was the timorous wee beastie itself, the haggis, the little creature that lives in the heather. But no. There you go. So there's something you didn't know every day. It's a unicorn. Unicorns that means they exist. They do.
There you go.
All right,
Robert. Well, what are you eating? What are you munching on? Let's talk about this. One, you're breaking podcast rules, but
I know
it's holidays. It's Christmas. I'm going to let it slide.
Well,
let's talk about it.
I'm going to do it to the end of the year, and every podcast between now and the end of the year. They are cool mint matchmakers. They are dark chocolate with minty, crunchy bits, and they're really from the 80s. I just must check the date on them.
That's probably.
Dan in the chat knows all about them. Yeah, he says you usually get them at wife swapping parties, or key swapping parties. And sadly, he says his keys are always left in the bowl. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah. Anyway, what did you get for Christmas?
That's a good question. I got some shirts. I think the big thing for me is I have a Witcher statue from the Dread King. I can't remember his name right now. It's not in the room with me. But I got one.
I've seen it.
Say it again.
It's awesome. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's from the Witcher series. It's about 12 inches tall.
Yes, your
It's
statue is
the
very
Dark King.
impressive.
Yes, it matches. Yeah, I did. So that's I got the full DVD collection or Blu-ray collection of the Avengers series. So
Brilliant.
that's actually going to be on my watch list coming forward. I love those movies. So
Yeah.
Now outside of that, I mean, it was really more dad stuff, shirts, making sure I'm looking good. My wife is very good about making sure I have new shirts. This is how I get new clothes. I have a holiday.
I think that's how it works for a lot of people.
Pretty much. What about you, Kim? What did you get?
I got a bottle of Jack Daniels and a highball glass. I got 2 pairs of
Is
socks.
that like every other weekend?
Yeah, it seems like it. And it was funny because I was looking through my pantry and I have like 3 more sets in my pantry. So I'm gonna be drinking Jack until I'm like 1,000 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, which whatever.
Party
I
at Kim's
appreciate
house.
it. Exactly. So let's see. Like I said, I got a bunch of candy. I got like a 3-pound tub of peanut brittle. I got a Bad Kitties calendar. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with all these calendars. I guess
No.
I may have to add.
What about the Australian firemen?
I've got one of those. I got the Witcher calendar. So
did we establish December? By the way, have we looked at December yet?
I don't know. I think I did it last time. But anyway, here we are.
Strapping young man. All right.
We have Ray, and a bucket full of cats. Let's see,
feel
what else did I
inferior
get?
once again. Thank you.
Well, I don't feel bad. So do I. Let's see. I got a welcome home sign to hang on my door, which, being a hermit, I'm just like, yeah, that's not gonna get hung up.
just cross it out and go away.
If it goes on the outside of the door, you'll never see it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And that was about it. So kind of like tank top. I got socks. So.
Yeah, I got those. Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Tate?
Well, I did get. My present to me was a month ago, which is the big TV the frame. But I did get I asked for Terry's chocolate orange, and I got one of those, which is nice. Which is another orangey type chocolate. I got some lovely socks. I got a NASA mug.
Nice.
I opened the hamper. The hamper that I was given by one of my suppliers before Christmas time. The beautiful. I'll put some photographs up.
Yep.
I opened it up just before Christmas, and it was packed with the most beautiful stuff. It looked good, but you seen the biscuits and bits and pieces. But there was a bottle of beautiful Hennessy cognac in there, and Hennessy crystal glasses, and truffles, and you name it. Really, really, far too much. So, thank you, Valley Forge. Really nice company. I'm chuffed for that.
Wait, Robin, I have that.
American.
You said that they gave you a hamper.
Yes.
Now, in the U.S., a hamper is like for clothing. Like your clothes for the day, you throw in the hamper.
Ah, right. Okay. Well, in Harrods in London. Okay. A picnic basket. You would know what that is.
Ah, yes. Okay.
A wicker picnic basket. Okay.
Gotcha.
So traditional wicker basket.
Right.
And it's stuffed with goodies.
All right. Okay.
So you get to keep the basket with all the goodies.
Much better visual for me now.
And that's called a hamper, and they're quite a big thing in the UK.
It's called a picnic basket, and
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, we have bears that will confirm it's a picnic basket. A picnic basket.
Picnic baskets. Yes, and lots of other bits and pieces. We had lots of family over. The kids. So yes, there was 3 switches actually. And so we had the 2 switch lights. The kids are absolutely loving. Unfortunately, they're turned into Fortnite machines. That's pretty much it. Joshua then, before Christmas, said he would fancy a Switch. So we got him a full Switch with the dongles for his house, I suppose, as well. Right. And I fitted, Charlie got a new decent graphics card, and I got him an SSD drive to upgrade his PC. So over Christmas time we fitted those. And I have to say that if anybody has a PC they wanted to do make it faster, a quick upgrade, the best thing to do is fit an SSD. It does amazing things to a PC, where if your PC takes longer than 2 to 3 minutes to boot up so you can start to work on it, an SSD will immediately turn that into 15 or 20 seconds. It's just a fantastic piece of kit, and they're so cheap now. Cheap.
Yep.
Yes, Fordham and Masons. Yes. I'm sorry, Harrods. Sorry, Dan. I didn't go to Fordham and Masons. My clients went to Harrods instead. Yes. Yeah. Goodness me.
Hey, what did you guys have for Christmas dinner?
Turkey.
Anything special?
Turkey.
I heard
No.
turkey.
Well, I had ham for one. Mm-hmm. I had a Philly cheesesteak at the Christmas party, and then we had lasagna yesterday. So, yeah.
So turkey and ham, Brussels sprouts, carrots, parsnips, all the stuffing trimmings. We had various starters. There was fresh fruit and all the bits and pieces. Not as much as usual. Then afterwards there was Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, pavlova, roulade, lemon roulade. There was trifle, handmade trifle, and something else. A few other dessert things. And back to the 80s, Dan, Viennetta, if you really wanted to be that basic.
Oh, wow.
And some nice champagne. I opened a bottle of Vive Clicquot in the morning,
right,
and we had it. And it was. But we had families here, so Christmas Day for me is such a busy day. You don't really get to enjoy your meal. My enjoyment is this Boxing Day, the second day, and going through all the pickings and stuff. What about yourself?
We had quite the feast. So normally, her family will traditionally do prime rib. However, I put an ixnay on that. We wanted to do something different.
Yes.
So we went and bought about $300 worth of filet mignon and king crab.
Wow.
Alaskan king crab. So Alaskan king crab legs
California.
are about that long. Mm-hmm. They are amazing. And in fact, I can't eat other crab now. When I have crab, it has to be Alaskan king crab. My wife has spoiled me in that regard.
The only crabs I want are yours.
Say again?
The only crabs I want are yours.
Let me tell you, I will give you crabs. Next time we.
Oh, it was funny. You did say so. There was something in the chat or the Twitter about you were getting the grill on or whatever, and it made me so jealous of your weather. And I must have reminisced to several people about the Christmas we spent in Florida, and we barbecued our Christmas dinner and jumped into the pool in the afternoon and went to Disney in the evening or whatever. So there's just something lovely about that climate at Christmas. I know, and then you come home and into the cold and have Christmas all over again. But I was jealous of you, thinking about you in your shorts grilling on a barbecue or whatever you were doing the grill on.
In fairness, I was not in shorts. It was actually fairly cold out, but not snowing, obviously.
Probably like a summer's day for us. Yeah,
pretty much. But yeah, so no, it was good. I drank a lot. I really did.
Still am.
I always had a drink in my hand the entire time I was at my in-laws. That probably helped, and also probably made this cold thing happen faster.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, there's been mornings I've asked you, is it too soon to have a glass of wine at 10:30 or 11 in the morning?
No such thing.
With Joe and Rick last night.
The Jack at the Christmas party.
Seriously,
So,
double.
fun.
Little crystal glasses. I mean, I'm taking that Captain Morgan spice stuff like water. It was getting frightening. It was like going, this is lovely. Where you usually go, and I'm drinking straight with ice. You think, but no, it was just lovely. I think God, have I a problem? Maybe
it is always happy hour somewhere. Robin.
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
It's always happy hour somewhere.
So we've had a good time, but with all the time that I have actually had, the challenge about having a family the size of my family is you have all this time but no time to yourself. So it's very very rarely that it was Robin, can you come and get me the skin pack? I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. Can you help me with this? Put the graphics card in and the SSD card. The Wi-Fi isn't working. Can you give me this? How does this TV work? Can you light the fire? Will you do this? You're sitting down. Can you not enter the dishwasher? Robin, would you go and change the baby's nappy? There's Glenn up again. Would you go and sort him out? It's just constant. Ugh! So here tonight with my friends and a glass of wine that came from somewhere, Castillo del Diablo, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, that.
Yes. It's just a relief. this is.
By the way, funny story. You're talking about how you get asked to do certain things. It inevitably happens whenever I go to my in-laws. I get tasked with some kind of technology fix.
Yeah, like
something's happening. So this year it was
IT support in my head.
My mother-in-law's phone
vibrator.
She was no longer getting notifications for when people were calling her.
Oh, it didn't vibrate. Okay.
So, needless to say, I spent a half hour trying to figure out what settings she had undone or done to make this disappear. The good news is,
it now vibrates like mad. Oh, great.
Yeah, I have no energy to even respond to this.
Bring it to you. Bring it to you.
Needless to say, I should be bad at these things though, because if you suck at fixing stuff, nobody asks you to do it ever again.
Right? I feel you, because my uncle just got a smartphone, and he's kind of the same way. And he just lost his job, so all these job things on the internet that usually aren't kosher, he was clicking on them left and right with resumes and whatnot, and of course they weren't legit. So now his inbox is filling up with all these bullshit links and everything else, and he's like, so how do I get rid of this? And I'm trying to explain it to him, but it's like talking to a child, and it's like, all right, I don't know if he got it, but then he calls me up one day and he's got a picture of some woman up in the corner of his phone, and it's like she's calling him, but she's not. So I'm sure he's downloaded something onto his phone that's not good.
Yeah.
So, it's not to mention he started with Facebook, and so now he's got 4 different Facebook accounts, and he's not sure which one is his. So,
man, it's funny. People stop listening. You start to explain it to them in very simple, basic terms, and you just see them switching off, glazing over. Even the most easiest of concepts, you have to press this, then this. Oh, you lost me at the first bit. What was that again? It's just as amazing how technophobic people can be.
Mm-hmm. If you get a smartphone, you should be smart. I'm just saying. All right. Hey, should we talk about games?
If you want.
I don't know. There's smart devices.
There's something to talk about. There's a little
food and drink. I'll just talk about one more TV thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I've been watching the latest series of the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and it's in the third season. It's the third. Oh, you have to watch this. It's the third season. It's set in the 50s. Yeah, and it's this Jewish girl in New York, woman. Split up with a husband, but they're still friendly. They have kids, and she discovers she has a talent for being a comedian, and it's about her evolving journey to become a comedian in the 50s, around all the little dirty clubs, and how she gets bigger and bigger, and how it gets busier. But the writing is superb. Her father is. He's been in so many things. Men in Black, the guy in the pawn shop. What, Steve Ugrub or whatever his name is? He's
Steve Gutenberg?
No. The pawn shop. He gets his head shot off. Ow, that hurt! And it grew back.
Oh, in Men in Black.
Yeah, the Men in Black guy. Okay. He's in it. He's her father and her mother. This typical sort of Jewish family that are always arguing and bickering, but they're quite well to do, and then things go wrong and they have to downsize and all the challenges of that. It's very, very funny. The writing is extremely tight. It's very, very clever, and it's well worth watching. It's on Amazon, so I've just finished it, and it's great. I know Phil loves it, so Phil loves it. So you can try that again.
Can we just real quickly?
Yes,
real quickly, Robin. I don't think it's in your best interest to say, and Phil loves it. Because this is a man who does not like bacon. So anytime he recommends something to me, I have to check, is it really a recommendation?
I nearly... I'm not sure if he was joking the other day or not, where he said that he was out somewhere and he had Bubble and Squeak. They had Bubble and Squeak. Now, Bubble and Squeak is a very UK thing. Maybe you have it in America. I can't imagine. But Bubble and Squeak is generally... the leftovers fried the next day.
Oh, okay.
Or in its most basic form here in Ireland, if you were making it from scratch, it would be cabbage and bacon fried Bubble and squeak,
Okay.
and maybe some onion, and maybe a bit of liver if you had some chopped liver. It's cheap cuts of meat. It was a very 60s 50s thing, you know. But generally bacon would always be in it. So he said he had bubble and squeak the other day, and I went, bacon? Question mark. And he went, oh yes. And I'm not sure whether he was being serious or not.
Yeah, did he just like completely just throw out everything?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So maybe he had bacon.
This is a question for Phil. Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So games then. Yeah, this one.
Games.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
All right, Kim, I know there's no new releases, but we can talk about kind of some of the freebies at least, not all of them, but that will be coming to people in January.
Mm-hmm. Already. Your games with gold for January 2020 are Styx, Shards of Darkness, out January 1st through the 31st. Batman, the Telltale series, January 16th through February 15th. Tekken 6, January 1st through the 15th. And Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, which is out the 16th through the 31st.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
And that's all we
it
know
is.
because Sony is not announcing theirs until New Year's Day. We don't know about Twitch Prime games. We do actually know about Stadia games. Congratulations, you're getting another Tomb Raider game.
Mm-hmm.
Flip me. No, hold on. Now, which one is that? You Thumper, which I fucking bought too, because it was cheap, and I thought I'll buy another one of these to show how quickly it comes onto your machine. The Tomb Raider
It's Rise
game,
of the Tomb Raider.
no, is that the very latest Tomb Raider?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, well that's good because I don't have that one. So there's a perfect chance for me to put Stadia through its paces.
Yes, there you go. So we do forget Stadia is a thing. We probably need to make sure we have that in our notes for the future. But yeah, so that's at least you get something to try out, Robin, that you haven't played before. I actually liked Rise of the Tomb Raider up until probably about halfway through. I think the first half is really strong from my perspective on a good kind of Tomb Raidering. You know, you feel the Lara Croft exploration. The second half starts to get a little samey, but it doesn't have as much combat in it, which I liked.
Huh.
So there's more exploration to it. So
all
there's
right.
that.
I look forward to it.
All right. Yeah, let's talk about our games. Kim and I have both been playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, groovy.
Yeah. I love this game. Absolutely love this game. I am so just over the moon about this game. Yes, the controls can be a little fiddly at times. Yes, the difficulty can spike. It can be a bit punishing, but you can turn the difficulty down at any point in time you want. So they have story mode, they have normal mode, and then they get to the tougher modes. I love the fact that you can remap the buttons in the game, in the settings of the game, and when you do that, so say you want to put attack on the right trigger, once you make that change, all your button prompts on screen when you're playing the game, if it requires you to use that, will change with it.
That's nice.
So
why not?
Why
not? You do that on the PC. Why not?
Yeah. So outside of that, I mean, the story is great. It's a Star Wars story. I mean, it's solid though. The voice acting's good. The direction of everything is good, and I love that it's not solely reliant on the combat. There's a lot of exploration to this game. There's a lot of platforming to this game, and that's where I think some of the fiddly bits, if you will, can be when you're trying to make a jump and trying to get that directional, jump down just right.
Okay.
But it is really, really good. I'm just really, really pleased and happy that EA finally has a game where people can be happy about it, as opposed to every time EA launches a game, it seems like it's always negative. And then maybe it shouldn't be no surprise. Respawn Entertainment made this, and it's good. Kim, what do you think about Fallen Order?
Don't know. I haven't played Fallen Order.
That would be my mistake, Kim. I thought you were playing Fallen Order, and that's actually Mr. Mark Wright, who is off doing fuck all. I don't know what he's doing. He's out having family with family.
No,
It looks interesting.
the challenge of it is he is ginger.
Is Mark ginger?
No, this guy here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Cal, the main character. He is ginger.
Well,
but
Auburn, I suppose, would be correct. He probably has hazel eyes and auburn. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is a step above Pete. That's for sure. So.
So do you remember the games on the 360 mostly? They had Star Killer in it. What were they called? Those two of them.
There was the Jedi Knight series.
Yeah, and they were quite good as well. I mean, graphically,
they were good. I didn't find them as compelling as this.
Okay.
It's a combination of that the challenge and feeling of, I'll say, Dark Souls-esque like game, in that you have these meditation points. Those are your save points. So similar to Dark Souls, when you go to a campfire, you go to a bonfire, you rest up there. Every time you rest up at a bonfire, all the enemies respawn. So in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, you go to a meditation spot. Once you get there, you can choose to heal. If you heal up, all of the enemies respawn that you fought. So you might have to refight your way back through them. However, you can just go into that and create a save point, and then leave without resting up, and anybody you've killed will stay dead. So, you'll make the judgment calls as you're going through the game. But there is a ton of traversal stuff that goes in this game. So wall running, Titanfall 2. I see a lot of Titanfall 2 in this game. The wall running bits are absolutely, they feel very much like Titanfall 2. There's just some good puzzle solving. They're not overly challenging, but they're good. They give enough challenge. And so I honestly, if I was going to say, I see Dark Souls, I see Titanfall, I see Tomb Raider in this game. And those are really kind of the three main, I think, big influences in terms of the game and the beats of it, its actual gameplay. The cutscenes are all good, and again, it's a compelling story. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but you're basically a young man discovering himself as a Jedi Knight, and also being tasked with bringing the Jedi Knight Order back to prominence. So it is just really good. So highly recommend. Okay. And again, it was my number one game for this past year, and I have yet to beat it. I am in the final, I think, area to beat the game, but it is. I mean, it's been 40 plus hours for me in this game.
Shit, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a console out there, and it's called a PlayStation.
Yes, I've heard of it.
And some people seem to have noticed that I seem to be playing it quite a bit at the moment.
You have been. You've been catching up on your games that you missed out on the PlayStation.
Yeah. So I finished Last of Us.
God of War.
I finished Last of Us last week. Yeah. And this week I have played and completed Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
And I have to say, it was a jolly good experience. Graphically, it looks pretty good on my lovely big screen. The story's good. Graphically, it looks pretty cool. The voice acting is fantastic. And my main complaint about it is I wish there was less game parts in it.
You'd rather just watch the story?
Yeah. I thought it was a bit, you have to scan this thing, or you have to open that door, or you have to pick up that small thing, and that's your only part of the game. Now, there was some sort of action bits where you have to jump over, concurrent to the end, you're raiding a factory and you're jumping over containers, and you have to press X or A at the right time. I got annoyed towards the end where some of the decisions in the game, even though because you've got these decision trees, like your Take-Two type, or damn it, Robin, the adventure games, your different choose your own adventure,
Telltale
paths. Thank you. and and some of them are timed, some of them are not, but you still think quite a lot about them. And towards the end, there's some action scenes where you have to press X to punch and the circle to shield yourself, and you have to do it, quick time events. But if you get them wrong, and somebody could die, and that completely changes the storyline. And I didn't like that. And I know maybe in life, yes, you fumble your way around and you make mistakes, and that's what would happen, and maybe that's what they're trying to get at. But I didn't like to have my story line changed because I had fumbled up with a stupid gameplay because I couldn't remember where's circle on this stupid controller. Anyway, but very, very minor detail. It's a very interesting story. There's some nice twists in it. I pretty much killed everybody. I'm very sad that there was a couple that died. My girl, it's on the screen right now, and the little girl died. This is not a spoiler because it changes for everybody. So I didn't get them. I did happen to manage to stop the president of America killing all of the robots. So she decided to stop and try and make friends with them. But pretty much everybody else died. So yeah, and my girl here died with the little girl because of my stupidity with my controller. And I looked after them so well and so nicely, and tried not to take any risks with them, and I got shot.
Robin, should I be letting your family know about all this? Because it seems like, everybody dies. I'm just saying.
Look, there's a bit here now. This is the beginning of the game. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know. And Android Girl is in washing the dishes, and you had to shake the controller to do the washing motion of the dishes. Now that's just stupid. Anyway, it's a great experience. I'm glad I met that gentleman a few years ago, but he just needed to pare it back. It wasn't too bad. I'm being very particular here, but it's well worth playing. It is, and we like the Telltale stuff and that type of genre.
Yeah. But I'm with you. Jokes aside, and you killing off everybody that no one loves you. But jokes aside, I do think developers, please get away from making mundane tasks gameplay mechanics. Don't make me push buttons to wash dishes. Don't make me have to do menial tasks and try and create gameplay elements out of that. God of War actually does a little bit of that as well. Drives me a little bit nuts. I'd rather just watch a cutscene. Don't make me carry a pig for 5 minutes practically. Just let it happen in story mode and just show me the gameplay. I don't need to.
Yep. There was no need for it. The game was strong enough without it. It's like when you see a trailer for a movie and it says from the directors or from the producers of the Titanic or from the producers of Star Wars. This film has to be able to stand on its own feet without having to lean on somebody else's glories. And this game is strong enough to stand on its own feet without stupid gameplay stuff like that there. So yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
I did play one other thing on Christmas Day, and you're gonna laugh at me for what I played on Christmas Day.
No, I will only laugh if there's video.
Well, there's no video of me. Thank goodness. But there probably will be. And so, on the afternoon of Christmas Day, my nephews and nieces, quite a lot of them came round. Some girls, blah, blah, blah. And Judith wanted to do karaoke, and I didn't get karaoke. So I bought Just Dance 2020. The kids and I boogied and danced away for most of the evening. And, it was kind of cool. Now, the way it works on the Xbox, I'm sure on the Switch it does something differently, is it works from your mobile phone, which is odd, because you have to have a mobile phone to play the game. You can't play it with a controller. So you, like some of those quiz games, you get a code you download a Just Dance app, and you download a 6-digit code, and that logs you into my computer, and you register, and it's up to 6 players, and you hold your phone in your right hand and you dance with it, and it scores you then like a Wii controller. Your phone is like a Wii controller. Unfortunately, there's no strap on your phone, so giving my phone to a little kid to dance with, yeah. So it flew around the room a few times, but it works. It works. It's an impressive game library. It's done as a game as service. You get some songs, 100 odd songs there, and if you pay a couple of quid a month, you get the entire back catalogue of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. So yeah, the kids will play it. It's fun. But now I understand where. Do you know at the start of the E3, some of the big conferences, that they bring these guys out in panda suits and silly clothes and like clowns and yeah, well, all of those characters are in these games. That's where that comes from.
Sure.
It's not that they did it, but anybody that played those games previously would understand that that's where they came from, and I didn't. Anyway, it's good fun to do a Just Dance game. What the hell? You know, why not? It's gaming. It's a laugh, and then you're doing it with other people. You know, Joe Biden likes to play games with young kids, so why not do it on Just Dance?
Don't go there, Robin. Where you should go, Robin.
Yes,
what you should do is move us over to news.
Did I not play any more games? Oh, Call of Duty. That was about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You just kill people in your quietness in the middle of the night when nobody's watching.
Oh yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
I can't see. These glasses are takes a bit. So you have to up and down to focus. There.
Here is the fucking news.
That just depressed me.
Why?
The up and down having to move.
Why did it depress you? Because I'm getting old?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, I could wear... See, this is the very focal thing, and there's 3 different levels. So the top is like nothing's there. It's like my eyesight looking far, far away. I can see you right now, Greg. Over there. Yeah, Lincoln. Hi. I'm waving. You know, if it wasn't for that wall, I could see you clearly right now.
Right.
But it's the up close stuff. But my problem was I kept on breaking my glasses because I kept on taking them off and putting them on, taking them off, putting them on, putting them in the top pocket, dropping them. And that's why around my desk here, look, the cheaters, as you call them in America, there are there's 3 pairs that I had pairs everywhere because I kept on busting them. So and I bought cheap pairs, cheap pair. So I went before Christmas and spent the money and got my eyes tested and went, I'm going to keep glasses on all the time now and see how it goes. And try these varifocals. It'll take a while to get used to them because you'll have to be like a bit of a Dalek. You turn to see what you want to look at. I am getting used to them, but it does take a bit of... Sometimes you have to do a wee bit of this. So, in focus... I'm looking at the iPad screen with all the sound bites. In focus, out of focus. In focus. So, yeah. Digression. Do you know what? Anyway, you wanted energy tonight. You've got it.
Love you. All right.
Love you too.
News. There really was no news except one little tidbit leaked out. And this is around the Sony controller. So apparently there was a new design patent that is a last-minute update to what we believe to be the PlayStation 5 DualShock controller. Basically, as you look at it, it talks about additional features being added, but the big change is really a removal of the home button. So the PlayStation button is being removed. And then they're adding in buttons to the backside of the controller. 2 smaller ones and 2 bigger ones on each side. Now this, it's not confirmed if this is actually for the PlayStation 5 or if this is going to be an iteration, maybe a PlayStation DualShock Pro controller.
But what about that? Sorry, the add-on thing that we appeared a week or 2 ago.
Right. So the add-on thing appeared a week or 2 ago. Now we see this patent come out. So part of me thinks maybe the intent is that your controllers are going to be forward compatible. So you would maybe need this little attachment to come forward. However, it's just remapping buttons, at least on the attachment, to face buttons. So my gut is this is not actually for the PlayStation 5, but rather this is like a PlayStation 5 Pro controller. Kind of like the Elite. This is what they're going to introduce to basically, say, hey, if you want something next level up, there you go.
It's a general patent then.
Sure.
General Pat. No, okay.
No.
General Pat.
No, I'm not doing that.
I think it's good. We're playing Detroit Become Robots over the last week. It is a good controller. The stuff that they never really seem to use that well in that game anyway. I mean, it was the big waste of space pad, touch sensitive pad on the front of it. In Detroit Become Robots, you used it for reading magazines and swiping up and down pages and turning pages, and it worked well for that. But it seemed to be an awful lot of real estate for that. So
well, supposedly the next controller, if you're looking at the dev kits at least, what we've seen shows a little LED screen on there. Now my comment to that is, who is going to be able to read what's on that screen? That's a tiny ass little screen.
Oh
so,
yeah, and like Scott Stubby and I on our varifocals, we'll be going, yes. Oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah, I might have to buy a pair of bifocals then.
No, varifocals. There's 3 things in them, not just the 2.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Robin.
Yeah.
Victory's achieved. It's a thing.
Oh, we're done?
It is?
We're done with the controller stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more to say.
I will say one thing. I'll say one thing that I wish the Xbox controller had. I do love. Okay. Do you know when you go to the theme park and it's four? Okay. No. This is gets into it, and I know you don't have the energy, but I do. So you know when you go into the Muppet 4D theater, right? And you go to the show.
Sure.
It's in Universal or Disney, and you sit down in the theater, and you've got 3D glasses on, but it's a 4D experience. So there's sound coming at you, and there's 3D visuals, and then some water or something blows at you, or some water spits over your face. Well, the little speaker in the controller is just like that. It's like, ooh, like a phone rings or a mobile phone rings, or the doorbell goes in the house and it comes out of the controller, and that is really, really neat. I like that. That's something that they should do in the new Xbox, and a microphone in there would be neat too. For voice controls.
Yeah, no, I hear you. The microphone, I think that is likely, something that we're going to see maybe on the PlayStation controller. I don't know about the speaker on the controller. And I say this, here's my reasoning for that. I know a lot of people, game without a headset on. However, I think the majority of people game with a headset on. So once you put a headset on, that little speaker in the controller becomes absolutely useless. Anyway, all right. Yes,
one of us.
Speaker in the controller is a must-have. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right then. Well, from moving on from that happy point, I'll answer some questions. Scott Stubby is back from Star Wars. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly did. I thought it was a love letter to us fans and to all the cast members. Anyway, it suffered from 20 minutes of editing needed, but yeah, really good. He also asked me, did I get driving version, Bongo? She said something about that. She said that these are fine to drive in. I didn't know there was a driving version of these glasses. But I told her that I drive a lot, so I need things that I can drive with. And she said, well, maybe don't drive with them on tonight because of your point and shoot sort of thing. But it's fine. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed Star Wars. Good lad. Okay, victory achieved. Well, this is a very special victory achieved tonight because it's the end of the year.
Yes.
And we have a winner tonight. So, really, victory achieved has been going now. It must be 4 years, about that sort of time. And it's been great. And well, we've given away hundreds and hundreds of pounds of gift vouchers for people to buy games. And it's nice. It's a nice little thing. And it's all about just finishing your games. And I know that's a challenge now because we're getting so many games chucked at us, but it's still nice to get completion, to finish a game, to see the credits come on. It is lovely. So the idea is that when you finish your game to the credits, you take a photograph, you tweet it off to @OC_podcast with a hashtag victory achieved, and I'll retweet it and put a chicken on it. And if I'm in the right mood, there might be a whole little story going on with the chicken and some other bits and pieces. I might put a beard on you or a skirt. I think I give somebody a skirt this week, a dress.
I saw a beard this week.
I think Mr. Miyagi got a dress put on this week over his body. Yep. So there you go. Anyway, the people that completed games this week, and I didn't copy and paste. Why did I not copy and paste? Okay, the people that completed this week, you can just bear with me. Talk about Victory Achieved and how you love it, Greg.
I will talk about Victory Achieved is a fantastic. It's almost like a charitable event. I mean, it really is. It's just our way of giving back to our listeners, our community. We don't ask you to do anything extraordinary. You don't have to donate to us. You don't have to do anything other than be a good person, finish a game, and share it with us. Share it with the world. That's what we ask. That's all we ask. And in return, you just very well might get selected. And when you do get selected, everybody's happy.
And the people that finished those games this week was myself. I finished Detroit Become Robot. Mr. Miyagi got a dress, and he finished God of War Ascension, which is way back. Scott Stubby finished Call of Duty Modern Warfare. CB Ming J, The Outer Worlds, and loved it. Hardly Dan was on a Victory Achieved spin this week on Call of Duty. He finished Modern Warfare, Call of Duty World War II, and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare all this week.
Wow.
So he shot lots of people. He shot lots of people. So, out of all of the people that finished games in the last quarter, at random, my little randomizer picked out one person to win, and that person finished Strange Brigade on the 1st of December.
Wow.
And that's Gunslinger X 1983. Congratulations, sir. You win the last £15, $20 card of the year. Now, what I'm going to do, and I will announce it on New Year's Day, if I get all of my sums done, is the person that had the most completions throughout the year. I'm going to get them a gift card as well. So I'm just going to do the sums on that. So the winners this year were Sarah, who's in the chat. Hi, Sarah. I missed you last week. She won hers for Roundabout back in March. Dave 3-O-Matic won for Devil May Cry back in June. And Scott Stubby won Gears 5 in September. So now Gunslinger has added to that, and we'll sort you that out over the next day or two.
Yeah. And what a variety of games. I also want to kind of throw that out there. You know, Strange Brigade, Gears, Devil May Cry, Roundabout. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, you know, Roundabout is like the one that stands out as being like the odd man out in some ways. But I mean, it's actually kind of perfect because
I know
we're all playing different types of games.
I remember a year or two ago, Greg, you saying, "Oh, it's always the same people that finish," and there are a lot of the same people that do that. But now and again, you'll get people coming out like last week you had Jim. They're generally Jim coming out there, and this week you have CB Ming J coming in there as well. And you know, it's lovely. And Mr. Miyagi's in Australia, and that's a lovely contact with the show. And if I going back through that list, it's amazing the variety of people in there. Just name some of the Fletch and Caliburn, and Morganics and Dukesgath with his cross-pollination. The Legit Chinny in there, of course, as well. John Mouse. Wow, you know, so many, and he's been this year into so many classic games. But there's just been so many people that touch us with their completions, and it's lovely. So thank you very, very much.
They touch us with our approval.
And they get this for that.
You all have a victory's achieved. Victory's achieved. You have one. A victory's achieved.
There you go. I love the little snort at the end.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, Kim.
Good timing, Kim. Good timing. Yes, congratulations to Gunslinger. Well done. Absolutely well done. I am excited that we get to give away more money. I'm excited about new year, new games, new hardware coming in 2020. We'll start talking about our predictions sometime in January, so look forward to that.
I think we should also maybe, Greg. I don't know. We're not off. We're on there here, and there are people listening, and we'll be. But maybe talk about the decade gone by, the last 10 years, and what would we pull out as
maybe that's good for next week's show.
Yeah.
In retrospect, right after New Year's, we can do the decade in review.
Backwards. Huh?
I like it. I like it a lot. All right. With that said, let's wrap things up. It's going to be a short show, and that's not because we are actually short. It's just because no energy, tired, sick.
The only person
my
who has
love
is lifting me.
Right? And he keeps eating chocolate. I think that's part of it.
I know. I can't do this to our listeners. I cannot have them be subjected to him by himself. So, with that said, Robin, if you didn't know, we broadcast every week. Every week, Robin. 9 p.m. in the East Coast. We do. 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. in Easter Island, 7 a.m. in Australia. This is how Mr. Miyagi wakes up and listens to us.
Mm-hmm.
In the shorts.
In the summertime.
Shorts.
Bless him
Damn
in his
straight.
shorts. Bless him. At least
He's on
Kim's on.
He's on Kim's calendar.
He is.
Hey, on a side note, I remember a few years ago bantering around the idea of us doing a calendar. It never actually happened, but that would have been fun. It was going to be done. It was going to be done like calendar girls, like Anyway, we should have done that.
We still can. Anyway, all right. Mixer.com, YouTube.com, Twitch.tv. We are on these platforms live every week. We also will give you an audio version of this podcast. So if you can't make it live, you can't listen to us in the now, you can always listen to us on Rewind. We like playing games. We like playing with the community. We always ask for touching beforehand, but we can just hang out online. We can chat. There's no harm in that. So come hang out with us when we're playing games. Look for us online. We are on the PlayStation 4. We are on PC every now and then. I'm going to be playing PC games come January, by the way. Just newsflash.
What?
We also are going to, be on the Xbox. So find us. We do also have Nintendo Switches. We have long-ass Nintendo codes
Stadia.
for our friends' names. And nobody has Stadia except for Robin.
Not true.
Well, you had a buddy pass, Kim. That doesn't count.
And Harley Dan has mine, and Chinny has one, and Darren Hilton has one.
So what I've heard so far is 3 smart people and then 3 people that paid for a beta.
Do you know Darren Hilton has a 3D printer worth over £3,000? I want that 3D printer, and I wondered how did he get that?
3D print an actual working subscription for Stadia.
He works for a 3D printing company. That's why he has a perk of the job. Good lad.
Yeah. Robin. Okay.
He's printing the Stadias.
You get wonderful treats all the time.
I got an ice cream machine home with me.
Exactly. Yeah. So shut up. Come on.
Moan.
Hey, Robin. I want to hear from Nicole.
Okay.
Hello, my fellow podcast family. Hope you.
You like us. We like you. See where I'm going with this? Follow us on Twitter @OC_podcast. Check us out on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com, or email us, podcast@ocpod.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, old acquaintance me, and no one knows the words to this.
Oh dear God. Yeah. What were the little the Lollipopkins from Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Isn't that what they were called?
No.
The Lollipopkin. What were the little people called in
Oompa Loompas?
Oompa Loompas. That's what Robin sounds like.
No, that's Donald Trump's children.
Kim, before we say adieu, we absolutely need to read off everybody that was in the chat.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
This is not required. We have Hardly Dan, Scott Stubby, RCGC, Aiton, Mandaroot, Nasty S6996. I hope I pronounced that right. If not, forgive me. Roboot SS. Anyway, a Yankee 1888, and that is all. So.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Kim, you just continue on. Give some shout outs. Come on.
All right. I'm going to shout out you guys because, I was in my pie coma and y'all were looking for people to come on this thing. So I thought, what the hell? So here I am, and, it's another year in the books, and I'm still here. So Yay for that. Seriously though, I hope everybody has a good year. I hope 2020, well, hopefully it's a good year for everybody. So, other than that, let's kick this bitch in the ass and get her going again. So, how about you there, Robin?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I hope 2020 is a good year for everybody and we all have health and happiness. A bit of money would be nice, but health and happiness, I am happy enough with. Thank you very much, everybody that listens to us every week and our rantings and ravings. We have fun with this. I hope you have fun along with us. Greg, thank you very, very much for being here for us. Like, you're like Big Daddy. I know we give you shit and all, but you are Daddy, and yeah, we like sitting on your knee.
Yeah.
Shout outs and quick to the podcasty guys that aren't well. Mark, you're just sick. Phil, you're just bald. Pete, you're ginger and you've got man flu. So, Richard, hi. Gary, what?
Exactly.
So happy New Year, team. Nicole, I hope to see you in 2020 on the show. Really do.
Yes.
And we'll see you all this time next year. Greg,
take us. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it's
say goodbye
be next year.
Say goodbye to 1979 for me, please.
I said goodbye to 1979 quite a bit ago, but I do want to thank both of you. You brought the energy. I mean, I can imagine what the show would have been like, just me and Robin. Thank you, Kim, for being here. A little bit of sanity, a little bit of levity. Who knew you would be bringing sanity to this podcast?
I didn't need either of you. I could have done this by myself.
We all, for the sake of our listeners, you are welcome. And yes, a big thank you to everybody that listens, because I mean, let's face it, you are a big part of this family. So here's to 2020. Here's to looking forward, never looking back. 2020 is going to be a fantastic year for gaming. It's going to be exciting. We've got new hardware coming, new games coming, new unannounced games coming. There's just so much to look forward to, and our hobby has never looked better. The future is bright for gaming, which excites me. It excites Robin. Excites Kim.
I'm excited.
Yes, Robin, you are always excited. That's
right?
part of the problem. Anyway,
EGX.
I've rambled enough. Yes. Okay. One reflection, and that is, man, it is going to be hard to talk.
Yeah, this was I actually think we need to review the year properly with a lot of the team next week too.
Yeah.
So because we didn't talk about that, let's do a review of the year, not gaming, just stuff, and a review of the century, the decade.
Yes.
Let's get out of here. Okay, guys. Happy New Year, everybody.
Tune in next week when we review every one of Robin's many, many birthdays.
Mistakes.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.
No, I dropped my ball.
Yeah, well, that's about that then. That's about that.
So I hear.
Yeah.
Yep, it happens.
I was discussing that with her through the week. Something about your balls dropping. Do you know when in my drunken stupor last night, did you see the tweets that I was sending?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue.
Multiple restraining orders are going to be sent to you.
Thank goodness they haven't replied. Yeah. Well, Halle Berry and John Wick was pretty.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, Sandra Bullock,
I mean, all your choices were pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, with Sandra Bullock, I mean, I'm not thinking about Gravity because she got all really gristly for it. But I'm thinking, but she was for her age, absolutely fantastic looking.
She's always going to be a hottie to me.
No, it's Girl Next Door, hottie, like Kim. Girl Next Door, hottie, that sort of thing.
I usually like the girl next door look, so
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
Sandra
So
Bullock.
Cindy was telling me she's that's why you've moved so many times.
Exactly. Damn it! Not again.
Greg. All right.